gonna get. Got it.
Motivation is everything. When I was 12 years old, I swore I wanted to be jacked. I was obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I remember being brought into the YMCA West Bay for the first time ever by my grandparents. At about 14 years old, I finally joined the YMCA at West Bay and it became my home gym. I even left it to get a membership at Gold's for a while when I was about 14, 15, doing my first show ever. But then I ended up coming back to this gym, and it's where I began everything. It's where I began competing as a teen bodybuilder. It's where I began pursuing my dreams as a teen bodybuilder. It's where I began striving for my dreams to become somebody in the limelight, a public figure of natural bodybuilding, to become a personality in fitness. I've had a lot of ups and downs in this gym. I've had breakups that I've had to get over in this gym. I've had losses, I've had wins, I've had a lot of victorious moments. I've had to overcome bullying, I've had to overcome the idea that I wasn't big enough or I wasn't going to be big enough, and I've got to enjoy the triumph of finally seeing my physique take form, of becoming the stronger one of the gym. I've had a lot of friends come and go in this gym. I've met friends that I'm no longer in touch with because of drama of some girl or this or that. I've had some of my best friends who were backstage with me and in some of my videos way back in the day that I no longer talk to anymore once trained with me at this gym. This gym was a gym full of regulars. We all knew each other. It was a community. I'd walk into this gym, the West Bay YMCA, on Post Road in North Kingstown, and everyone knew me. The people working there, we all knew each other. We laughed. I could get it for free or without having to scan my card most of the times, which is cool. All the lifters there knew me. It was a bunch of regulars, kids I went to school with, kids I ended up meeting and becoming best friends with, kids I became, guys and grown-ups I became really good acquaintances with that were simply very elite lifters. And it's weird, I visited this gym for the first time. I felt like a calling. I felt like a calling me to come back. I felt really nostalgic. I've been missing this gym. I've been missing the feeling of posing in the specific mirrors that this gym had in it, that I used to pose in leading up to all of my competitions for the last 7 years. I miss the look of the paint in the walls, the feeling of the weights I had to offer, just the feeling of walking down the hallways. The legendary, the old hallway that I became so used to walking down, where my mind would be either deep into my goal or deep into some sort of angst or triumph, depending on what time of year it was, when it was. So I finally visited this gym again. I got in one night just to do a push day for old time's sake. And I gotta admit, I was a little sad actually, because nobody I knew is there anymore. The seasoned lifters I've become so close with, some of them had moved off, become engaged, moved to a different state. None of my friends went there anymore because all the newer commercial gyms are around and obviously much better prices. And honestly, most of the friends that I used to have here I'm no longer friends with. Some of my closest bonds are broken. It's weird not knowing anybody who works at the counter anymore. They've all moved out. They've left this gym. There's completely new employees. And I did not recognize anybody in this gym save one kid named Jem, who was also a teen bodybuilder, whom I also met here through this gym. He happened to be there still, but that was it. Anyway, I came into the gym for a good old time's sake workout, and it ended up being one of the best workouts of my life. I set a new PR for myself. I got the 120-pound dumbbells up on incline for a full set of 8 reps. I mean, I remember coming here and failing at pressing even the 20-pound dumbbells on flat. I remember watching a personal trainer here, whom I also met through this gym, who ended up becoming a good friend of mine and helping me pass my senior project in high school, put up 80-pound dumbbells on incline once upon a time back when this gym had all the old rusty metal dumbbells, and being so mind blown by the idea of putting up that much weight on incline.
How long have you been coming here?
Since I was like 16.
16? How long have we known each other? Some years now.
Yeah, for like, I don't know, I can't even remember.
What are you wearing now? You're boxing now, right?
Yeah, I'm boxing. I don't know, I'm usually up and down like between 188, 190.
And you used to be, what was the heaviest you got when you were competing in bodybuilding?
It was like, I don't know, when I was in high school, dude, like, I graduated high school weighing 180.
Yeah.
But like now, just like, I'm stuck at 190, 188.
It's like a solid size and shape going though.
Yeah.
For being a fighter now instead of a...
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm doing like conditioning 3 hours a day.
I remember back in 2006, January 2006, I came in here, this was all different. They used to have white walls. Then they redid it and did orange walls, and that's what you saw in the Vault documentary. And then in 2011, I think they changed it to all blue and all new equipment. Took some getting used to, but when I first came in, there was a bench press set right here. And that's the first time I ever tried bench press. I got up to 65 pounds at 104 pounds body weight. Got to here, tried putting it back up, and got stuck. And ended up having to dump the weight. Then I went over to the dumbbell rack and grabbed the 15s. I thought I was the man because I was doing the 15s with flat.
Yeah.
That was 104 pounds.
I can remember every summer since I was 13 years old, I would come to this gym with my cousin, not really knowing what I was doing until I really began getting into bodybuilding, but we go into the upstairs room and use some of the basic machines and stuff. No rhyme or reason to it. And every summer I would do that until eventually, obviously, I was competing and I just stayed here after the summer ended one year. And that's where I spent my entire teen years and even into my 20s in this gym. And everything that's happened in my teen years, competitively and socially and personally, I've identified with while staring into the mirror of this gym.
I don't know why, but I have specific memories of pacing up and down this hallway. This is the very end of the hallway. So you walk into the gym, you go down the main hallway where the locker rooms are, go straight down the stairs and then straight into the weight room. But if you take a right, you can get on this hallway, which has all the rooms for like, they're different classes. They're Pilates, whatever. They're aerobics classes. So I remember specifically taking walks down this hallway, being on the phone with like Kyle Hunt of Hunt Fitness about training clients or different business here and there with sponsors or whatever, usually before the workout. Because I go to the gym at the busiest time of the day when everybody got off work, so I get the phone calls and stuff. It was never an issue though, because everyone's in the fitness industry. I remember being in this hallway, getting amped to go train, and just talking quick fitness stuff with some of these guys, and then finally walking down that weight room all ready to go. So this is like my little pacing, mentally amping up hallway right here. And for some reason, I've had specific memories of this hallway and just like missing it, almost nostalgically. Don't know why.
Now on the flip side, if you walk out of the weight room and you just go right up the staircase to your right, you pass the bubbler, the only piece of equipment in this gym that has not been renovated, moved, or changed. And you go back down that legendary hallway with the textured walls on either side of you, the gridded tile walls to your left, the uneven flooring that warped underneath your feet with the mats periodically placed. Walking down that hallway was always an experience. I was always so deep in my own mind every time I come out of the weight room to go to the cardio room. You're on a roll, your music's blasting, you're feeling either great about yourself, thinking everybody who's walking by you is admiring your size, or you're feeling like crap, thinking you're not big enough yet, or you're not ripped enough yet, or maybe you're just into the workout and you're not thinking about a single thing except to kill it. Can't tell you how many times I had Underground Kings on repeat while I come over here to do abdominals, or switch to Lincoln Park when I come over here to the cardio equipment to do cardio pre-contest. In fact, most of the time I put on YouTube on my phone and watch something on YouTube. And I've had cardio partners, girls, girlfriends, guys. I've had everybody in here with me, but this is always where I did cardio. So much to the point that I actually did a little bit of cardio post-workout today just to be back in the old cardio room and soak up all the old memories that I had from my years of pre-contest cardio. Hours and hours here. The memory of the old fogged up window that you couldn't see outside of, save for some street lights. The warped mirrors that made you look skinnier than you really are. The TVs that always had something interesting on, but I was never able to hear them because I never had my headphones plugged in. The track people could walk around. And of course, back down that legendary hallway into the locker room. The locker room location has moved around a couple of times. It used to have steam rooms, but it's always been the posing practice room. It has the best lighting in the building for analyzing your physique before a competition, so I have so many memories of either feeling great about my progress, getting excited about my progress, and not feeling like my progress is good enough leading up to a competition, and we know that sears into your memory. So even the locker room holds a lot of memories for me, believe it or not, as far as being a competitive bodybuilder goes and progressing over the years. This gym brought back a lot of nostalgic memories. Some were even sad, like remembering the friends I once had that I no longer talk to upon leaving here. But at the end of the day, nothing is more motivating or inspiring than coming back to my old sanctuary. The weights don't change.
I don't know how many of you remember this. My old subscribers will, and those of you who have really looked at my old videos remember this. But one of my bigger videos, view-wise, is titled Team Bodybuilder 6 days out or something like that. And I took you guys to the gym, and I showed you doing cardio with me and my ex-girlfriend from years ago. And then just me training 6 days before a competition, which I believe was the Spirit of America at the time. So I was 17, I think. And then I stood right out here and did my sign out of the video. Just talked about what we did and everything and what we're going to do for the next 6 days. And I did it right here, underneath this white light in the very back of the building. And this is the first parking spot in the back of the building. And this was always my lucky parking spot. It was pure superstition. Everybody would be like, "There's spots right in the front. Why don't you go here?" But I'd always come right in the back and park in the back. And I still got my spot. So it was an amazing visit. It was very nostalgical. I was floating around like a little kid in a candy shop, just in how awe I was at the old memories and everything. And though none of the employees that I used to be so cool with back in the day are even here anymore, I managed, by the grace of God, to luck out and get a free day because there happened to be some promo going on about a free visitor's pass or whatever. And I'm not even sure if I fit the criteria for what they were trying to do, but the guy at the counter ended up giving me one because it was easier. So I got to visit my old stomping grounds and do it for free. I think it was destiny. But man, I'm smiling. I'm walking away smiling, having a good workout with new PRs, visiting my old stomping grounds, feeling re-inspired again. Right in the very wall of the back of the gym that it all started at. That angle may look a little bit more familiar for you guys. Glad you could be here with me for this. For those of you who support me with positivity, the thumbs up, feedback, my team, my crew, love you sincerely. And I'll see you in the next video, so subscribe now. Peace!